Hello traders and welcome to day 6 of the BlastChart video training series. My name is Joshua Gore and I'll be your video training guide for day 6. In today's video, we'll be examining the benefits of using one-click templates to improve your trading experience when used in conjunction with a trading plan or trading strategy. The strategy we'll be following in today's video is a reasonably simple one, perfect for learners using BlastChart. We will also learn how to use pre-built scans to find stocks that meet our trading strategy's bullish entry criteria. Just a note on today's video before we begin, traders, the provided examples in today's training video should not be taken as a complete guide to implementing trading strategies or a form of financial advice. We do recommend that you get appropriate training in understanding the relationship between various indicators, market patterns, trends, and other analysis tools before attempting actual trading. Any examples shown in this video are not to be taken as trading or financial advice. Now with that out of the way, let's fire up BlastChart and begin trading day 6. Over the last 5 training videos, we have explored BlastChart's one-click templates in detail, including how to add and edit indicators, and also how to create and edit the templates themselves. If you have missed any of the previous training videos, we recommend you watch these first and then come back to today's training video, as we will be applying all that we have learned up to now in today's exercises. The trading strategy that we'll be following is the moving average crossover strategy. This strategy is found in the Traders Training Toolkit ebook produced by the Wizard Trader. You can get your own free copy of this ebook by signing up to their newsletter at the link provided, and I urge you to do so. It only takes a few minutes to get the ebook emailed to you, so if you don't already have it, pause the training video and go get it. Okay, let's begin implementing the moving average crossover strategy. This strategy tries to determine the price trend for a stock based on 2 or more moving averages of different periods. When these averages cross, they generate buy and sell signals. So what is a moving average exactly? Well, a moving average is the average price of a stock over a given period, calculated on a rolling basis for each period. For example, a 50-day simple moving average is calculated by adding the last 50 closing price values and dividing the sum by 50. There are other more complex types of moving average calculations, but simple moving averages are still very popular. The strategy we are following uses a 50 and 20-day simple moving average. This strategy generates a buy signal when the shorter period or faster moving average crosses above the longer period or slower moving average, and a sell signal when the shorter moving average crosses below the longer moving average. Let's have a look at the Agilent stock and see how this works. As you can see, on the 12th of January, our faster SMA 20 crossed above the slower SMA 50. This would indicate a change in trend and a buy signal. Here's another bullish crossover back in October. To find sell signals, you look for where the faster SMA 20 crosses below the slower SMA 50. Here's one in December, and also another one way back in the end of July 2011. Of course, there is more criteria to meet before we can trade these signals, which we will learn about soon. Okay, so now you know how to look for SMA crossovers. Let's create a template for this strategy so that we can use it to quickly analyze our favorite stocks. Start off by selecting the blank default template. Next, we need to add the SMA indicators. If you don't have an SMA 20, you will need to create a new preset indicator. To do this, add an existing SMA, I'll add the SMA 10, then select the indicator, bring up the context menu and choose Edit Parameters. Change the periods from 10 to 20 and hit OK. Now bring up the SMA's context menu once more and select Save as Preset. Leave the default name and settings and finish the wizard. You now have your own SMA 20 preset saved into BlastChart. Now let's add our SMA 50 indicator, which is a default preset in BlastChart. Okay, that's all this template needs for this trading strategy. The last thing we need to do is save the template. Choose Save Template from the menu and follow the wizard as you have already learnt to do. I'll create a new group for this template where I'll add in any templates for trading strategies, but feel free to save your templates wherever you like. And of course you can theme the template however you like, but I'm going to leave mine as default black for this exercise. Okay, now that we have our template set up, let's create a group of favorite stocks to analyze using the crossover strategy. In today's lesson, we will only be finding bullish entry signals. These are the stocks which we might buy to enter a position. But the process for finding bearish entry signals is almost the same. I'll call my new list SMA crossover by signals. Now to fill this list with symbols, we are going to use the simple scanning feature of BlastChart. All the bearish and bullish entry criteria for the trading strategies found in the Trader's Training Toolkit have been converted into pre-built scans. All you have to do is choose which exchange or favorites list to scan, and also choose the scanning criteria. The scan will then return a list of symbols that match the scan criteria within the time period specified, as well as the date the hit was made and the number of times the symbol hit the scan criteria within the time period specified. To begin a scan, select a favorites list. In this case, I'm going to choose the New York Stock Exchange. Then right click and choose Scan Symbols. Next, choose which scan you want to run from the list. We want to load the Moving Average Crossover Bullish Entry Scan. You will notice that all the required information for a scan is displayed, as well as comments within the scan criteria. You'll learn about scans in detail and learn how to make your own custom scans in future training videos. But for now, take notice of the Match Within property. This defines how many bars will be scanned, starting from the last most current bar and going back in time. This scan currently has a Match Within setting of 10, which means it will scan the last 10 bars of data we have. I want to make this a little bigger for our training today. So let's change the 10 into a 30, and then click the scan button to begin the scan process. As matches are found, they are added to the results list. Scanning huge lists, such as exchanges, can take a long time to finish, as it is a CPU intensive process. So we recommend scanning your own existing medium-sized favorites lists, if you already have one, or start an exchange scan and go and make a cup of coffee. You can of course cancel running scans by pressing the cancel button at any time. Now while we are scanning for any matching symbols, let's discuss the exact entry criteria for a bullish moving average crossover strategy that the scan has been pre-configured with. The exact entry criteria for a buy signal that we're looking for is the following. Confirm the crossover by checking that the current day's SMA 20 is greater than the current day's SMA 50 and the previous day's SMA 20 is equal to or less than the previous day's SMA 50. Verify that the price trend is in an uptrend where the current day's SMA 50 is greater than the previous day's SMA 50. Check that the stock is in a wide range of price movement by calculating if the maximum high of the past 60 days minus the minimum low of the past 60 days divided by today's close is greater than 0.3, and the maximum high of the past 10 days is greater than the maximum high of the past 60 days. And finally, check that the volume is ideally increasing as the uptrend takes shape by checking if the past 5 days average volume is greater than the previous 50 days average volume. There are also two conditions where we should ignore the buy signal. They are when the price has or is making a significant reversal in the current or previous day, or if there has been a gap up price movement greater than 8% on the previous day's price. The pre-built scan script that we are running looks for all of this entry criteria automatically for us, so all we need to do is check if any signals should be ignored. Okay, so now I'm going to fast forward in time to when my scan has completed. Okay, the scan results, as you can see, are shown in the Results tab. Each symbol that met the scan criteria, as well as the date in which the criteria was met, are displayed. A symbol might meet a criteria a number of times during a given period, and this is indicated by the hit count field. To copy these symbols and add them into your favorites list, press the copy button. This adds the symbols to your clipboard so that you can paste them into our newly created favorites list. Let's do this now. Right click on the SMA crossover by signals favorites list, click add symbols, paste the symbols in by pressing Ctrl and V or right clicking and selecting paste, and finally hit the add symbols button. Now we're ready to analyze our symbols. The first symbol that I found in my scan is ADY. The hit date was on the 18th of April, so let's find that bar. You can see that the SMA 20 crossed above the SMA 50. The price is trending up, and so is the volume. So we know all of our entry criteria was met because it was in the scan, so let's see if we should ignore this signal. The first thing to check for, according to the trading strategy, is if the price is making a significant reversal. As you can see, the bar on the hit date continues the same uptrend as the last few bars of data show, so there is no reversal. The final thing to check is, does the price gap up by more than 8%? Now if you hold down the left mouse button, you can load the info panel, which contains the current bar's open, high, low, close, and any indicator values. On the previous day to the hit date, the price closed at $4.16. A gap up of 8% would be an opening price of $4.49. If we check the hit date bar's opening price now, you can see that ADI opened at $4.20, well below our ignore criteria. So according to the simple moving average crossover strategy, this is a legitimate buy signal. And if we go forward in time, you can see that the stock doubled in price within a couple of weeks, giving a nice healthy profit. Okay, let's now check one more symbol, which in my case is Generac Holdings Incorporated, or GNRC. The hit date of our scan was the 14th of May 2012. Again, the scan has made sure that this stock meets all of our entry criteria except our two ignore conditions. As you can see, the stock has had a huge gap up back on the 8th and has continued trending down ever since, which is a significant reversal in the small uptrend which was starting to form back in April. Therefore, we would ignore this signal. We don't even need to look at the second ignore criteria. If, however, you're still interested in just watching this stock, you can always move it into another watch list, but for me, I'll be deleting this one. Continue this same process for all the symbols that the scanner found, and our job is done. I hope you are starting to see how easy it is to implement trading strategies using BlastChart and one-click templates. We don't need to manually add indicators each time we load a stock, or reposition or resize any panels. Of course, with more advanced trading strategies, you would have multiple templates to quickly switch to. Using BlastChart truly does reduce the time it will take you to both find and analyze stocks. Another part of making good trading decisions when following a trading strategy is to be conscious of any news or company information that could affect the result of your trade. BlastChart makes performing this research so much faster with its smart internet browsing plugin. I won't be covering this part of implementing a trading strategy today, as smart internet browsing will be discussed in the Training Day 7 video, so stay tuned for that one. You can repeat the process that we just followed to find bearish entry signals as well. I'll let you have a play with this strategy on your own, but if you get stuck, please visit the community forums to help. One last note on today's training is that BlastChart comes with a pre-configured template chain for the Trader's Training Toolkit. In this template chain, there are only the templates required to implement all 4 trading strategies found in the ebook. Also, the template chain has its own set of indicator presets, which match exactly to what's shown in the trading strategies examples. You can even make your own template chains complete with custom templates, themes, and indicator presets. This powerful feature of BlastChart makes it even easier for you to adopt any trading strategy you want. So there you go, traders. Today's lesson was a big one, but a very important one. BlastChart is designed for learners, and many of the steps we learnt today highlight how simple BlastChart can be used to find and analyze stocks, implement trading strategies, and more by any trader no matter what your experience is. As usual, if you have any questions or comments about today's training video, please visit BlastChart's online community forums at the link provided. Thanks for watching, and here's to your trading success.